Hi, folks. I hope you're well. So, this one. As I said the other day, when you understand why the community church aspect is, you can understand why people just eat that warm, disgusting puke without complaining. Because the whole point about community, you can't risk being chucked out of it. Church is this thing where it basically says to people, we are family. But we are family only while you behave in a way that is socially acceptable to us. I said to Archie, one in charge of the Vineyard Church, when he said that he wanted to be led by God, I said, if you're going to be led by God, you're going to have the people in your church saying he's gone mad. Because the way you're going to act would be you're going to be challenging things that aren't of God. You're going to be noticing that stuff. So you're going to be noticing that the worship is all focused on the sun. And you're going to be saying, well, that's a problem. Yeah, we need to do something about that. Well, you've been someone that was okay with all of that stuff that they were doing that was never of God. Now you're changing. Now, even those closest to you are going to want you taken off the leadership of that church. Because you're a threat to all of them. To the way that they do things, to that family, you're a threat. And that's why I would have to say to people, steer away from church. Don't be part of it. Right now, the way church is, it's bloody dangerous to anyone who is of God, to anyone who is chosen. That's a dangerous place to be. Because it's in our nature to belong. Because it's in our nature to belong, of course, we want to comply, we want to do things according to the socially accepted ways because we want people to like us. Right? Now, when the socially acceptable ways are the opposite of the nature of God, that you basically stick two fingers up to God, that is the socially acceptable ways that are being pushed in church right now. Yeah. You have to stand against it or you have to fall into it. If you fall into it, you may never survive. You may never survive. That's the reality. And that's because of the way that church is designed. Church, the way church wants to do things, when you've got people who are doing that, when you've got people who are basically pushing against the accepted, the way church really wants things to be done is for a harsh smack to that person so that everyone notices, so that everyone stays in line. What the leaders don't want is having to deal with people, stepping up and challenging what they're doing. Right? That's why I say accountability was taken out of the church because of this. When you have community, it was the same in families. When you had that extended family, anyone that was standing up, criticizing the family, got ostracized. Right? That was always not a very nice place to be for people, right? And it was about bringing people into line. Right? When you've got that black sheep, it's about basically telling that person, behave yourself. If you behave yourself, you can get back in. If you keep on being who you are, you're out. Now, we read in Scripture that the Lord said this is how it's supposed to be. Right? Those that are his are supposed to be pushed out because they can't accept what they're in. So therefore, church has to be left to its own devices. Those who have God need to come out of it. Now, of course, the way church is, who's going to tell those people in church they need to come out of it? Who's going to help them to understand that? Anyone who's happy to eat puke. I'm not interested in talking to those people at all. I'm not interested in trying to help those people at all, not particularly, because if you're happy to lap down puke, disgusting puke, because you don't want to complain, because if you complain, everyone starts looking at you, then go ahead, eat puke. I'm talking to those people who are saying, I really don't want to eat puke. Yeah, obviously, it's for most of those people, of course, it's bloody difficult walking out of a church, walking out of that community. And again, that's why it's designed that way. It's designed to be incredibly difficult to walk out of. It's a trap. It is. It is a trap. You get in it, and then that belonging that you feel is a trap. Because again, we are designed to have that. We're designed to desire to be loved and be liked, and for people to smile when we come near them, for them to be happy to see us. We're designed to desire that. And in church, people fake that crap because they don't really know each other. They don't really care about each other, but yeah, that's what you do in church. You pretend you're happy to see people, so people come back. Anyway, there you go.